Dear students, today we study about the skeletal system in human being. The skeletal system in human consists of bones and cartilage. The bones are hard structure, whereas the cartilage are the pliable. The skeletal system has a significant role in movement of the body parts and in locomotion. This system also protects some vital organs of the body, and the system act as a reservoir of calcium ions and phosphate ions. The bone marrow produce blood cells. There are 206 bones in adult human being, and it is divided into two principal divisions: the axial skeletal system and the appendicular skeletal system. The axial skeletal system has 80 bones, and it includes the bones of skull, sternum, vertebral column, and the ribs. First of all, we study the bones of skull. The skull has two sets of bones, the cranial bones and the facial bones. The cranium has 8 bones, whereas the face has 14 bones. The sternum is a flattened structure, flattened bone located in the ventral side of the body. The vertebral column has 26 bones known as vertebrae. In the neck, 7 cervical vertebrae are present. In thorax, 12 thoracic vertebrae. In abdomen, 5 lumbar vertebrae and 1 fused sacrum and 1 fused coccygeal bone is present in the lower part of the vertebral column. The ribs. There are 12 pairs of ribs in our thoracic cavity. The rib is a thin, flattened structure which articulate dorsally to the vertebral column and ventrally to the sternum. The first 7 pairs of ribs are known as true ribs because they articulate dorsally to the vertebral column and ventrally to the sternum. And 8th, 9th and 10th pairs of ribs are known as false ribs because these ribs articulate dorsally to the vertebral column but not articulate directly to the sternum. These ribs articulate with sternum with the help of 7th ribs. The 9th and 10th, the 11th or 12th ribs are known as floating ribs because these ribs are not articulate to to sternum, and they remains only dorsally. The appendicular skeletal system. This skeletal system include the pectoral girdle, the pelvic girdle, and the bones of the ribs. The pectoral girdle has clavicle and scapula in half of the pectoral girdle, and pectoral girdle articulate the bones of the hind limbs. The pelvic girdle consists of two coccyx bones, and each coccyx bone consists of three fused bones, the ilium, ischium, and pubis. The bones of limbs. The forelimbs has 30 bones. The humerus, radioulna, and 8 carpals, 5 metacarpals, and 14 phalanges are present in one forelimb. And in the same way, the hind limb also has 30 bones. The femur, the tibia fibula, 5 tarsals, 5 metatarsals, 7 tarsals, 5 metatarsals, and 14 phalanges are present in the hind limbs. In the knee, a cap-like bone is found known as patella, which cover the knee. The femur is the longest bone in our body, and this is the 126 bones in appendicular system and 80 bones in axial skeletal system. Thank you.